Welcome to the Everyday Leader podcast, where conversations inspire action, growth, and impact. Hosted by two passionate leaders, Shannon and Conrad, this podcast is for those who strive to lead with purpose and integrity in their life. Whether you're navigating big decisions, seeking balance, or dreaming of creating change, we're here to help explore the tools, stories, and insights that help everyday leaders thrive. Join us each episode as we dive into the art of leadership at work, at home, and in the world. Because leadership isn't a title, it's a way of being.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Everyday Leader podcast, where we explore leadership together.
Yeah, together. Together, we were talking about energy last time, right, Conrad?
We were talking about energy. We talking about. I love what I'm remembering from last time. Is I love that you brought it to a simple place. Energy can be abstract. We talked about different areas to resource from or source from, and the word attunement and attention came into our conversation. And we want to, as we do, offer another way to think about this. Same concepts, same way to think about it, but using imagery.
Yeah, I love that we're going to do this too, because imagery is a tool to help us connect to our leadership or to a leadership tool or a skill. It is something that I think we don't use a whole lot of, and it's really beneficial. I think it helps us remember things. It helps us connect with the things that we want to learn and integrate into our lives. So I'm excited that we're going to use this approach to talk about energy today.
Yes, and as we get into this approach, Shannon and I are not certified or trained hydrologists.
No.
And we're going to use water and river, a river as our. So just a disclaimer: we're not hydrologists. We have been on rivers. We know what rivers are, and we want to offer a watershed, the system of a river, in order to talk about and bring to life energy.
Yeah, and that's the whole point with using imagery, is that it doesn't have to be perfect, right? It's okay. Actually, I'm pretty impressed, Conrad, that you just used the word watershed, because that seems pretty technical to me. But yeah. Yeah, so energy in this watershed. Get us started.
Yes. Let's get started at the source. That is the beginning of any watershed, any river. There is a source. Often it is a spring or a smaller, not in significance, but smaller amount that comes out of the ground. And in this, as we're thinking about energy, this source is you, your leader. That is your leader within, coming out of you.
Yeah, I like that you used it's like a spring. Because like a spring is constantly being fed like new, fresh water. I often think about it as like a reservoir, because this is like, it's like there's something just like really like rich and generative, and at the same time like can also be very still and deep. And that is the well in which you can source your energy when you're on your own, like in your own leadership.
Yes, appreciate the simpleness and the abundance that is in the reservoir, in the spring, and the purity of it as well. Often, this is the essence of you. This is your core. This is all that created you, and using that as a resource to lead from and bring energy into whatever you're up to.
Yeah.
Then Shannon, the river starts rolling, going in a direction. Let's say it's headed west, and as it's heading west, other other comes in, and that other is other sources, tributaries, I think they're called, that come
Yeah.
in to the flow.
Yeah. There's sort of like this merging, merging, flow, newness, other energies, right? So last week we talked about, how you can actually source energy from something outside of yourself, like from another person. And so that's like this idea, right? Of like people coming into your like stream of consciousness, stream of energy, and being able to work with that.
Yeah, and I'm smiling working with it, and also that can create some turbulence or some churn or even silt that is that is being filtered out in those areas where rivers come together. And that's the cool and dynamic part about creating from other, is using their unique essence, their unique flow, and blending it together. The water may change temperature, may change color. And we know as leaders, we are always blending and staying true to ourselves as well.
Yeah. Okay. I just have to throw this in there because this is reminding me of something, which is that, when we learn about introverts and extroverts, introverts probably get a lot more of their energy like back at the source, right? In that
Mm,
spring or in
mm,
their reservoir. We know that. And it's not to say then that they don't also get energy when they like move into the river. They definitely do. But this is where when I was imagining you describing sort of the tributaries and sort of like this confluence that happens, like this is where extroverts like really ride the wave, right? Like
mm,
they this
mm,
is
mm.
this is really great for people who there are people who are just um and some of us we're both, right? We're a mix. We're on sort of a what is that called? Like a spectrum in
Um,
terms of where we are
yeah,
with and even on a given day, right? So I guess what I'm pointing to is that there are times when you might actually find yourself like really riding that wave on other people's energy and that being like really helpful and beneficial. And other times where maybe being back in your own like home base, your own source, your own home
yeah.
water is what's more energizing for you.
Yes. And before we go to what's the end of a river called? Like where it meets the ocean and the vastness there. We're going to go there in a second. And we don't want to forget about everything else in this watershed, in this ecosystem. There
Yeah.
are other plants, there are roots holding the riverbank and always changing. And in the energy space, that is also can be looked at as obstacles,
Mm,
or as another place to come from. Like, oh, there's a log in the river, or there's a rock in the river. What do I want to create with or from that? We have all kinds of rocks and limbs and things that fall into our river of flow.
mm.
And as leaders, it is energy. It creates an impact, and then we stay and we choose how to navigate forward.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that too with it's like working in partnership, working in relationship with those things in some
Yeah,
way, right? As opposed to letting them become like a dam or a wall,
yeah,
an obstruction.
and exactly. So then we get to the is it called the confluence, Shannon? You have to help me. What's the end of a river called? Like the delta.
Yeah, I think it's
Uh,
delta. I think like the
del.
very end where it empties out is actually the delta.
Yes. So as we reach the delta and get into the vastness of creating from everything in the energy space, this is the vastness of often the unknown, unseen, and untapped often by leadership is so what is in. Can you just imagine for a moment? Imagine with me, Shannon. I'm not a oceanographer either, but the depths of what is in that ocean, in that lake that this river's running into, and what would it be like to be able to go down and source more, or go up and source from that abundance?
Yeah, I'm getting this image of like a very specific image of the Mississippi going out into the Gulf, right? And how the
Mm.
Mississippi gets so wide and then the Gulf is just like and how much water like flows out into the Gulf from the Mississippi. And so that's one thing that's coming to mind for me. And the other thing is that, the word delta means change.
Mm.
So,
Mm.
wow, like there's a lot happening in that space. And there's a lot happening when, energy merges. Um, there is that confluence, right? And there are those obstacles and also those things that we can like work with to build our energy, right? Or to transmute our energy in some way. Then we kind of like this image that you're providing, like getting to this delta, getting to this place where there's all of this like newness and this depth and almost like this opening.
Yeah. I'm opening up to the two things that I feel are significant. One, the power of imagery to articulate or invite others into as a leader, that
Hmm.
skill
Yeah.
that we have been modeling. And then two, the attention and attunement to these different ways to source energy. Is it from your pure babbling? Maybe not all sources are babbling, but is it from your reservoir within? Is it from other? Is it from the vastness of the delta? And the first piece that we know that we're working on and want to invite you into is, where is your awareness? Where are you conscious of the energetic impact you're creating? And where is it still a bit, um, what is it? Not known, not making it wrong, but where is it? Where's your default? A lot of questions in there. I'm still in the vast ocean of it here. What's happening? What's happening for you?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I can tell that, right? Like when you're in just like the openness, it's almost like creating from nothing and creating from everything all at the same time, which we talk about a lot in, our leadership work and our coaching work. But like kind of maybe backing this up a little bit is, where are you getting your energy from right now? And what do
Mm.
you need in order to source your energy? Do you need something from yourself? Do you need something from someone else? Um, or do you need to connect with something greater? And
Oh,
just leave it at that.
golly. Yeah. Beautiful bottom lining, Shannon. Beautiful summary. And yeah, thank you for that.
All right. Well, until next week, we'll probably still be talking about energy. This seems to be a hot topic right now. Um, until next time, listeners, let us know what you think and yeah, what imagery you use for energy. Maybe it's something else. We'd love to know.
Yes. Let us know. Be well.